Your soulmate has taken a new path, and this could change your story forever. And you need to hear this now, because if you don't, you might miss something that could alter everything. This is not just another message. This is a calling from the heavens, a revelation that the universe has been waiting for you to receive. That is why you are here, at this exact moment, listening to these words. Beloved soul, I have been sent to you today for a reason. There are movements happening beyond what your eyes can see, forces working in ways you may not yet understand. Your soulmate's journey has shifted, and this shift is not random. It holds a purpose, a meaning that will soon become clear. But before you can fully grasp what is unfolding, you must be prepared. That is why you must stay until the end. Every word you are about to hear is a thread in the greater tapestry of your destiny. If you turn away too soon, you may miss the one detail that could change everything. You have already come this far. Do not let uncertainty cloud your path now. Something important is happening, something that will affect the course of your love story. But there is more to it than meets the eye, and I will reveal it all to you. But first, if you receive this message with an open heart, if you trust the divine timing of your life, write Amen in the comments. Declare your faith in the guidance that is being sent to you, because your future is unfolding at this very moment. Keep listening, because what I will tell you next is something you were meant to hear today. Everything in the universe moves with purpose, and what is happening now is no exception. Your soulmate's path has shifted, and this shift is not without meaning. You may feel it already, a subtle but undeniable change in the energy between you, a sense that something is different, yet unclear. Maybe you have sensed distance where there was once closeness, or perhaps there have been moments of silence where once there was connection. Whatever it is, do not be afraid. Do not assume this change means separation, because that is not what the angels are revealing today. The decisions your soulmate has made may not make sense to you yet, but they are not random. They are not mistakes. They are part of something greater. You see, when two souls are destined to be together, the universe does not simply allow them to drift apart without reason. There are forces at work that shape the journey, ensuring that everything aligns exactly as it should, and that is what is happening now. Right now, your soulmate is walking a path that may seem unfamiliar, but what if this path is leading them straight to you? What if what looks like a detour is actually the only way for them to find their way back? Not just to you, but to the love they have always carried for you. You need to understand that destiny does not always take the most direct route. Sometimes, it moves in ways that seem confusing at first, creating obstacles, pushing people apart, only to bring them back together at the perfect time. The universe does not operate on human logic. It operates on divine timing. And right now, that timing is shifting, aligning something that has been waiting to unfold. But there is something very important that you must remember. The way you perceive this moment will determine how it unfolds. If you see it as an ending, you will close yourself off to what is truly happening. But if you see it as a transformation, if you trust that this movement is guiding both of you to something even greater, then you will align yourself with what is coming next. So I ask you, beloved soul, can you feel it? Can you sense that something is happening, even if you cannot yet see what it means? You may be wondering, but if we are meant to be together, why is this happening? Why is there distance? Why does it feel like everything is shifting instead of settling? And I tell you now, that is exactly how destiny works. Before things fall into place, they often feel like they are falling apart. Before clarity comes, there is uncertainty. Before reunion, there is movement. Your soulmate is not lost. They are searching for something within themselves, something they need to understand before they can step fully into this love. And this search, as confusing as it may seem, is necessary. Without it, they would not be ready. Without it, they would not recognize the depth of what they feel for you. But what if I told you that something is about to be revealed? That the questions you have, the uncertainty you feel, are all leading to an answer you do not yet see? The angels are showing me something, a turning point, a moment where everything that seems unclear now will suddenly make sense. But before that moment arrives, there is something else you must understand. What your soulmate is experiencing right now is not just about them. It is about you too. This is not only their journey, it is yours as well. And the way you respond to this moment, the way you hold space for what is unfolding, will determine the outcome. Will you trust the journey, even when it does not look the way you expected? Will you believe in the love that has always connected you, even when things seem uncertain? Because if you can do that, if you can hold on to your faith in what is meant to be, then you will begin to see the signs. Signs that what is happening now is not leading you apart, but leading you home. And soon, something else will be revealed, something that changes everything, because there is more behind these choices than you realize. And in the next part of this message, I will share with you the truth that has been hidden beneath the surface, the truth that will make sense of everything you have been feeling. Keep listening, beloved soul, because what comes next is something you cannot afford to miss. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on "Thanks" below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now let's move on to what matters most. I know this change may seem unexpected and even confusing at first. You might be questioning everything, wondering why things took this turn, why what once felt so certain now seems distant or uncertain. You may even feel like something is slipping away from your grasp, as if the connection you believed in is fading. But listen closely, beloved soul. Things are not what they seem. The angels are revealing something important. What feels like confusion is actually a transition. This moment of uncertainty is not meant to break you, but to prepare you. Because before destiny fully aligns, it often shakes everything that is not meant to remain. And that shaking can feel unsettling. Right now, you might be experiencing mixed emotions. Perhaps one moment you feel hope, and the next, doubt creeps in. Maybe you sense that your soulmate still feels something for you, yet their actions say otherwise. Maybe you wonder if you are imagining things, if you should just let go and move on. But deep down, there is something inside you that won't allow you to. Something that tells you this is not over. That feeling you have, the one that keeps pulling you back to this connection, is not an illusion. It is not desperation. It is recognition. It is your soul knowing what your heart sometimes doubts. It is your intuition whispering that there is more to this story, more that has yet to unfold. And the truth is, there is. Your soulmate is feeling this too, even if they are not showing it. Even if their choices seem to be pulling them away, their heart is still connected to you. They may not fully understand it, they may even be fighting against it, but that connection has not disappeared. It is simply being tested. Why? Because great love is never handed over effortlessly. It must be chosen. It must be fought for. It must be recognized, even when the mind tries to deny what the heart already knows. You see, the reason this is happening now is because your soulmate is at a crossroads. They are facing something within themselves that is forcing them to question everything they thought they knew. And when a person is faced with such a moment, they often react in ways that seem contradictory. Maybe they have become distant. Maybe they have turned their focus elsewhere. Or maybe they have even convinced themselves that they are making the right decision by walking a different path. But what if I told you that this is exactly what needs to happen for them to finally realize the truth? Because sometimes, it is only when we take a step away that we see things clearly. Sometimes, we need to experience life from a different angle to recognize what truly matters. Your soulmate is on that journey now. They are searching for something they may not even be able to name. But what they do not yet realize is that everything they are looking for is leading them right back to you. But before that moment of realization comes, you must understand something crucial. If you allow fear to take over, if you assume that this change means you have lost them, then you might unknowingly block what is meant for you. Because energy is powerful. The way you respond to this situation will shape what comes next. So I ask you now, how will you respond? Will you allow fear to convince you that everything is falling apart? Or will you trust that everything is falling into place? Will you see this as a sign that you should let go? Or will you recognize it as the final test before alignment? The angels are watching over this connection, guiding both of you through this moment. They have not abandoned you. They are not punishing you. They are preparing you. Because before love can fully manifest in its purest form, both souls must be ready. And readiness is not just about wanting something. It is about being prepared to receive it. Right now, your soulmate is learning something important. They are being led through experiences that will shape them, awaken them, and help them understand what their heart has always known, but their mind has resisted. This journey is necessary. And even though it may feel painful at times, It is leading them where they need to be. But what about you? Because this is not just about them. It is about you too. You are also being called to trust, to surrender your fears, to remain open rather than shutting down, to hold space for this transformation without trying to force an outcome. Because what happens next does not depend only on them. It depends on you as well. And that is why you must keep listening. Because in the next part of this message, I will reveal what is really happening beneath the surface. There is something your soulmate is not telling you, something they may not even fully understand themselves yet. And once you know the truth, everything will start to make sense. Do not turn away now. The revelation is coming, and it is something you cannot afford to miss. In this sacred moment, let me reveal to you the hidden emotions and untold truths that your soulmate is experiencing deep within his heart. A truth that until now has been shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. There is an inner world of feelings within him that he has not yet been able to fully articulate. A realm of passion, longing, and even fear that has kept him at a distance, even as his spirit remains irrevocably tethered to yours. The journey he is on is one of awakening, a process of intense introspection and emotional transformation that is gradually unveiling the core of his true self. In the quiet recesses of his soul, he is confronting the parts of himself that he had long kept hidden, parts that are now emerging with a force that cannot be ignored. It is as if a great inner storm is building within him, a confluence of memories, hopes, regrets, and the ineffable realization that his path is intrinsically linked with yours. This stirring within him is not a sign of weakness or a detour from destiny, but rather a profound and necessary evolution of his spirit. He is beginning to understand that every choice he has made, every moment of solitude, every tear shed in silence, has been paving the way for this very instant, the moment when he stands at the precipice of a new beginning, where clarity and truth are poised to break through the clouds of doubt. You must understand that his current state is one of intense vulnerability and self-discovery. He is wrestling with inner conflicts that have accumulated over time, as if his heart were a battleground where past hurts and unfulfilled dreams are locked in an eternal struggle. In the midst of this internal conflict, there is also an overwhelming sense of anticipation, a feeling that the universe is aligning forces in ways that are both mysterious and beautiful. He is questioning everything he once held as certain, and in doing so, he is opening himself up to a reality that transcends ordinary understanding. It is as if he is peeling back the layers of his own soul, exposing truths that he had been reluctant to face, and with each new revelation, he feels both the weight of his past and the lightness of a future reimagined. Even as he grapples with the remnants of old fears and doubts, there is a spark of hope that burns brightly, a hope that you are the answer to the silent prayers of his heart. At times, this inner turmoil might manifest as moments of distance or silence, as if he is retreating to gather the strength and wisdom needed to face what lies ahead. But make no mistake, this is not a rejection of you, nor is it a sign that his love has diminished. Rather, it is an essential phase of his personal evolution, one that will ultimately lead him to a deeper understanding of what it means to love and to be loved in return. Every heartbeat, every pause in his words, is filled with an unspoken dialogue between his soul and the divine forces that guide him. He is, in essence, preparing himself to embrace a love that is as boundless as the heavens, a love that is destined to unite you both in a way that transcends the limitations of earthly understanding. The truth is that his feelings are as complex as they are pure. There is a delicate balance between his yearning for connection and his need for self-realization. His heart, though heavy with the burden of past sorrows, also beats with an excitement for the future that you both are meant to share. In the quiet moments when he is alone with his thoughts, he finds himself pondering the mysteries of fate and destiny, questioning how a love so profound could be tested by the very forces that conspired to bring you together. It is in these moments of introspection that he realizes that the pain he feels is a necessary ingredient in the alchemy of transformation. The struggle within him is a sacred crucible, one that will eventually refine his spirit and illuminate the path to a love that is more resilient and transcendent than he ever imagined. Yet, amid this inner storm, there is also an undeniable clarity emerging, an inner voice that whispers of a destiny that has been written in the stars long before your paths crossed. This voice, soft but insistent, tells him that every challenge, every moment of confusion, is a step toward a reunion that is predestined. It reminds him that the hardships he endures are not meant to break him, but to build him into a person worthy of the love you offer. And as he listens to this inner calling, he begins to see that his doubts and fears are not obstacles, but signposts pointing him toward the truth. The truth that your connection is not only real, but vital to both of your journeys, that the trials you face are but the necessary price for the blessings that lie ahead. In this process of inner awakening, he is also learning to forgive himself for past mistakes and to embrace the imperfections that make him uniquely human. It is a humbling journey, one that requires him to confront his deepest insecurities and to let go of the illusions that have kept him from fully embracing his potential. There is a beauty in his struggle, a beauty that mirrors the unfolding of a delicate flower after a long winter. With each passing day, as he surrenders to the transformative power of love and introspection, he grows more capable of offering you the depth and authenticity of a connection that has been tempered by time and hardship. It is this inner work that will eventually allow him to return to you, not as the person he once was, but as the person he is meant to become, a person whose love is as expansive and eternal as the cosmos itself. Now, as you absorb these words, I invite you to feel the resonance of his journey within your own heart. Understand that his internal evolution is intertwined with your own path, and that the growth you experience as a result of this period of uncertainty is what will ultimately bind you together in a union that is both sacred and unbreakable. Every moment of doubt, every pang of longing, is a precursor to the revelation that is destined to unfold. In the silence of your contemplation, you might begin to sense that the same divine forces that are guiding him are also gently nudging you toward a greater understanding of your own worth and potential. There is a divine symmetry at play here, a cosmic dance where both your souls are moving in harmony, even when it seems as if the steps are out of sync. Allow yourself to be open to this process, even when it feels overwhelming. Trust that the love you share is resilient enough to withstand the ebbs and flows of life's unpredictable currents. Recognize that the moments of separation, however painful they may seem, are simply the precursor to an even more profound reunion, a reunion where both of you will be fully awakened to the truth of your connection. The truth that lies at the heart of his emotions is one of deep, unyielding love, a love that has been nurtured through trials and is now ready to emerge in its purest form. As you continue on your own path, remember that every emotion you feel is a message from the divine, a reminder that you are part of a larger, sacred plan. Your soulmate's inner journey is a testament to the fact that true love is never simple. It is a rich tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, hope, and redemption. And though the process may be fraught with moments of uncertainty and pain, it is ultimately a journey toward wholeness, a journey that will lead both of you to a union that is as transcendent as it is transformative. So, beloved soul, hold steadfast to your faith even when the road ahead seems unclear. Embrace the mystery of his inner world, for it is in that mystery that the most profound truths are hidden. Know that every tear, every moment of introspection, is a stepping stone toward the day when all doubts will vanish, and the love that binds you will shine forth with unparalleled brilliance. The journey he is undergoing is not a detour from your shared destiny. It is the very path that will lead him back to you, transformed and ready to embark on the next chapter of your story together. Trust in the divine timing of these events, for the universe has conspired to bring you both to this moment of revelation, a moment that holds the promise of a love that transcends time and space. Stay with me, dear one, and let your heart absorb every nuance of this truth, for it is not just his story, it is your story, and it is far from over. Beloved soul, what if I told you that everything that is happening right now, every shift, every moment of distance, every unanswered question, was never meant to separate you? What if all of this is actually leading you closer, not apart? I know that might be difficult to believe in this moment, when everything feels uncertain, when doubt tries to convince you that you are losing what your heart has always known to be true. But listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will change the way you see this entire situation. The decisions that your soulmate has made, the choices that may have seemed confusing or even painful, were not random. They were not made without purpose. They were orchestrated by something far greater than either of you, by the same divine forces that brought your souls together in the first place. This is not a story of loss. This is a story of alignment. And what is happening now is part of a sacred process that is preparing you both for the love you were always meant to share. Because great love, true, destined love, cannot exist in its fullest form until both hearts are fully ready to receive it. And while your heart may already be open, while you may already feel ready, your soulmate is still finding their way. But do not mistake their journey as a rejection of you. Do not let your mind trick you into believing that their path is leading them away. Because the truth is, this new direction they have taken is actually guiding them straight to you. They may not see it yet. They may believe they are searching for something different, something separate from what they have with you. But what they do not yet realize is that every road they take, every experience they seek, is only revealing to them what their soul has known all along, that the love they are searching for is already within their reach, that the connection they once questioned is, in fact, the one thing that has remained constant, the one truth that cannot be denied. But before they can return to you, they must go through this process. They must come to this realization on their own, not because they were told, not because they were convinced, but because their heart leads them there. This is why the universe has allowed this moment to unfold the way it has, not as a punishment, not as a test of suffering, but as a sacred transformation that is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. And that is why you must trust, because what looks like separation is actually preparation. What feels like distance is actually an alignment. And what seems like an ending is only the beginning of a love that is finally ready to be lived fully. This journey, his journey, is necessary. And though it may bring moments of doubt, though it may make you question everything, the truth remains unshaken. Your paths were always meant to meet again. But I must ask you, beloved soul, will you allow this process to unfold, or will you let fear convince you that it is over? Will you hold on to the belief that love is guiding you both, or will you surrender to the illusion that this is the end? Because the way you respond in this moment matters. If you hold on to anger, if you allow resentment to build, you may close yourself off from the very love that is making its way back to you. If you focus only on what appears to be happening on the surface, you may miss the deeper meaning beneath it all. But if you trust, if you remain open, if you continue to hold space for this love in your heart, then you will be ready when the moment of reunion arrives. Because that moment is coming. Right now, your soulmate is being guided, even if they do not see it yet. The universe is whispering to them, nudging them in ways they may not yet recognize. Every lesson they are learning, every experience they are having, is shaping them into the person they need to become in order to stand beside you. Not as someone who is uncertain, not as someone who is half awake, but as someone who knows, with every fiber of their being, that they are meant to be with you. And that moment, when they finally see the truth, when they finally understand what their heart has been trying to tell them all along, will change everything. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to convince them. You do not have to do anything but trust and be ready. Because when that moment comes, when they finally turn back toward the love they almost lost, they will need to find you standing strong in your faith. They will need to see that you never stopped believing in what was always meant to be. And beloved soul, that moment is closer than you think. You have been patient. You have been strong. And now, the universe is preparing to reveal what you have been waiting to see. The truth behind this journey. The purpose of this separation. The reason why everything had to unfold the way it did. And in the next part of this message, I will tell you exactly what is coming next. Because there is something your soulmate is about to face. Something that will push them toward the realization that has been waiting for them all along. Stay with me. Do not turn away now. Because the next revelation is the most important one yet. Beloved soul, I need you to understand something crucial. Your soulmate is approaching a moment of truth. A moment that will determine not just their own path, but the future of your connection. This is the turning point. The crossroads where everything that has led up to this moment will finally come together. Where the choices they make will reveal the direction in which their heart truly wants to go. And whether they realize it or not, the universe has been guiding them toward this decision all along. But here is what you must know. This choice is not simple. It is not as easy as waking up one morning and suddenly knowing exactly what to do. Because the kind of love you share, the kind of love that is written in the stars, does not come without deep transformation. And transformation requires struggle, uncertainty, and sometimes even distance before clarity can emerge. Right now, Your soulmate is standing at the edge of something profound. They may not see it clearly yet, but deep within, they feel it. A sense that something is shifting, that what once felt certain is now being questioned, that what once felt distant is now calling them back. They are beginning to see through the illusions that once clouded their vision, and for the first time, they are starting to understand what their heart has been trying to tell them all along. But here is the truth. The closer they get to realizing this, the more fear will try to hold them back. Because love like this, love that is destined, requires courage. It requires stepping into the unknown. It requires them to let go of everything they once thought they needed, to release the doubts that have kept them stuck, and to surrender to the truth that has been waiting for them all along. And that, beloved soul, is why this moment is so crucial. Because in this moment, they will either choose love or fear. They will either follow their heart or allow their mind to convince them that it is too late, too complicated, too uncertain. They will either take the step toward the future they are meant to have, or they will hesitate, allowing doubt to pull them away from what has always been theirs. So what will they choose? That is the question the universe is placing before them now. And as they stand at this threshold, there is something you must do as well, because while this moment is theirs, it is also yours. The energy you hold now, the belief you maintain, the way you navigate this period of uncertainty, it all matters, because you are connected. Your souls are intertwined in ways you may not even fully understand yet, and the love that exists between you is not just something that happens in the physical world. It is something that exists beyond space and time. It is an energy, a force that cannot be broken, only strengthened or weakened by the way you choose to embrace it. So I ask you, beloved soul, what energy are you sending out in this moment? Are you holding on to faith, or are you allowing fear to creep in? Are you trusting that the love meant for you will always find its way, or are you surrendering to the belief that it is slipping through your fingers? Because whether you realize it or not, your soulmate can feel this. Even if they are not consciously aware of it, they are picking up on your energy, your thoughts, your emotions. And in a moment as critical as this, your faith matters more than ever. Because if they are standing on the edge of a decision, unsure of which way to go, your energy can be the very thing that guides them home. That is why now, more than ever, you must remain open. You must keep your heart strong, your energy clear, your belief unshaken. You must stand in the knowing that love is stronger than fear, that destiny is stronger than doubt, that what is meant to be will always find its way, even when the path looks uncertain. And here is the most powerful truth of all. Your soulmate is feeling this pull toward you, whether they admit it or not. There is something inside of them that knows they cannot walk away from this love, that no matter how far they go, no matter how much they try to convince themselves otherwise, their heart will always lead them back to you. But the universe will not force them. They must choose it. They must come to this realization on their own. They must feel the weight of this decision in their own soul, and they must take the step toward you, not because they feel obligated, not because they are afraid of losing you, but because they know, deep in their heart, that you are the one. And beloved soul, they are on the brink of knowing this. That is why the next phase is so important, because there is something that is about to happen, something that will push them toward this realization in a way they cannot ignore. And in the next part of this message, I will reveal exactly what that is. Stay with me. Keep your heart open, because what comes next is the moment that changes everything. Beloved soul, the universe has never left anything to chance. Every moment, every shift, every delay has been orchestrated with precision, leading both of you toward the love that was written in the stars long before this lifetime. And now, as your soulmate stands on the brink of realization, something profound is about to take place. The truth that has been hidden beneath the surface is rising, and soon, they will see what their soul has known all along. This love was always meant to be. You may wonder, why did it have to happen this way? Why did the journey have to include pain, uncertainty, and separation? And the answer is simple, because true love is not just about finding each other. It is about becoming the version of yourselves that can fully receive and honor that love. If your soulmate had come to you before they were ready, they would not have been able to love you the way you deserve. If they had stayed when their heart was still clouded with fear, you would have spent your days questioning whether they were truly present, truly committed, truly sure. and the universe never wanted you to live in doubt. So instead, the divine forces allowed this separation, this movement, this searching, so that when the moment of reunion arrives, it will not be filled with hesitation. It will be clear. It will be undeniable. It will be the love that was always meant to be, finally embraced without fear or resistance. But here is what you must understand. Before this realization fully settles in your soulmate's heart, there is one final test, one last moment where they will feel the weight of their choices. A moment when they will come face to face with the possibility of losing you. And it is in that moment that everything will shift. Because when a soul is truly connected to another, the idea of separation is unbearable. No matter how much time has passed, no matter how much they have tried to convince themselves that they could walk away, when the moment arrives where they truly believe you might not be there waiting anymore, something inside them will awaken. A fire will ignite, a certainty will be born, and they will understand, without a doubt, that losing you is not an option. And beloved soul, that moment is closer than you think. Right now, they are feeling the pull. The whispers of the universe are growing louder. The signs they have been ignoring are becoming impossible to overlook. Everywhere they turn, something reminds them of you. A song, a place, a phrase spoken by a stranger. It is as if the universe itself is speaking directly to them, telling them to open their eyes before it is too late. They are realizing that what they thought was a search for something new was actually a journey leading them right back to you. That everything they have been looking for, the love, the connection, the sense of home, was never somewhere else. It was always with you. And this realization will be powerful. It will break through every wall they have built. It will silence every doubt that has held them back. And when that moment comes, they will have no choice but to act. But here is where your role becomes important. Because when this realization happens, they will need to know that the door is not closed, that the love they are returning to is still alive, still waiting, still as strong as ever. Not because you have been sitting still, waiting for them to choose you, but because the love that is meant for you both has never been broken. It has only been waiting for the right time. And beloved soul, that time is near. So I ask you, can you feel it? Can you sense that something is shifting? That what once felt distant is drawing near? If your heart feels this, if you know deep inside that something is coming, then prepare yourself. Because in the next part of this message, I will tell you exactly what to do next, how to receive what is meant for you, how to step into the final chapter of this journey with faith, grace, and certainty. Do not turn away now. The moment you have been waiting for is closer than ever, and what I will share next will show you how to welcome it fully. Stay with me, because what comes next is the key to everything. Beloved soul, the time has come. Everything has led to this moment. Every sign, every whisper from the universe, every shift in energy that you have felt deep within your heart. Your soulmate is awakening. The love that has always been yours is now ready to manifest in the way it was always meant to. But before that can happen, there is something you must do. This is not a time for passivity. This is not a time to sit and wait in uncertainty, hoping that fate will simply bring everything into place without your participation. Because while the universe is aligning everything for you, while the angels are guiding your soulmate toward the realization that has been waiting to unfold, your energy is just as important as theirs. The way you move forward now will determine how this love story continues. So listen carefully. First, you must stand in faith, not just in words, not just in hope, but in unshakable belief that what is meant for you will not pass you by. That even if the journey has taken unexpected turns, even if doubts have crept in, the truth remains unchanged. This love was written for you. The universe does not make mistakes. What is destined cannot be undone, but for it to fully manifest, you must align yourself with that certainty. This means letting go of fear, letting go of the idea that you need to control how things unfold, letting go of the doubts that whisper that maybe this love is slipping away. Because fear and faith cannot exist in the same space. You must choose. And when you choose faith, when you trust the divine timing of your journey, you open yourself to receiving what is already on its way to you. Second, you must prepare yourself. Your soulmate is awakening, but they are also changing. The version of them that returns to you will not be the same as the one who once hesitated, who once doubted. They are growing. They are shedding their fears, their resistance, their old patterns, and you must be ready to meet them in this new place. Ask yourself, are you holding on to old wounds? Are you still carrying resentment for the delays, for the separation, for the times they did not see the truth? If so, now is the time to release it. Because when they come back, they will need to find a heart that is open, not one still weighed down by the past. This does not mean forgetting the pain you have felt. It does not mean pretending that none of it happened. But it does mean choosing love over resentment. Choosing to see the bigger picture rather than dwelling on what could have been different. Because when they return, it will not be to the past. It will be to the future you are meant to build together. And third, you must be ready to receive. The universe is not only working on your soulmate's heart, it is also preparing you for the blessings that are about to enter your life. But so often people pray for love. They ask for reunion. Yet when it arrives, they are not truly ready to embrace it. So I ask you now, are you ready? Are you ready to welcome this love without fear? Are you ready to trust what your heart has always known? Are you ready to step into the future that has been waiting for you? Without hesitation? Without questioning whether or not you are worthy of it? Because that is the final step. You do not need to chase. You do not need to force. You do not need to worry about when or how it will happen. You only need to align yourself with the energy of love, to keep your heart open, to remain in faith, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The moment of reunion is near. You have felt it in your soul, in the way the universe has been sending you signs, in the way your heart has been stirring with an unexplainable knowing. You are not imagining it. This is real. This is happening. And soon, you will see it with your own eyes. So now, beloved soul, I ask you to declare it. If you feel this truth in your heart, if you are ready to receive what is meant for you, write in the comments, I trust in divine timing. I am ready to receive my destined love. Because the moment you affirm it, the moment you step fully into belief, you send a message to the universe that you are ready, that your heart is open, that you are no longer questioning what has always been meant for you. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. And when your soulmate arrives, when they stand before you, no longer hesitant, no longer doubting, no longer searching elsewhere for what they have always known, your only task will be to embrace it. This is your time. This is your love story. And now, it is finally ready to unfold.